There's been devastating sidelining of disabled people in Budget 2024. Now, these are not my words, but that of the Chief Executive of one of the largest disability groups in the country. And they went on to say that it is devastating to see the sidelining of disability and the tokenistic attitude to disabled people in Budget 2024, and that the measures introduced do not come close to meeting the needs of people with disabilities. So it's not exactly a resounding endorsement of the disability measures that the Minister is presenting here today. And based on the Disability Capacity Review, disability services need at least 80 to 90 million euros in additional resources every year to take into account demographic change and unmet need. Yet, according to the Government's own expenditure report, they are only providing 64.1 million in this budget. That's 55.6 for the Disability Action Plan and 8.5 million for the Disability Roadmap. So once again, disability services and disabled people are losing out, but you're not to worry, landlords are getting tax breaks. Yesterday, Can Corley, the Minister, in a press conference expanded slightly on the measures for disability services, so we do need to look down more and hear exactly where it's going. I mean, you announced there will be capital funding of 23.7 million euros to provide for the upgrade and development of disability services. We don't have specifics as to what this will be allocated to, so I'm just wondering, will it be allocated towards decongregation, some of it? Because I hope so. In 2022, only 35 people were transitioned from decongregated settings into supported community living. 2023, there was no further funding made available for decongregation. So it makes pronouncements by this government about moving away from a medical charity model of disability to a rights-based disability model sound very hollow indeed. On Children's Disability Network teams, you have a staff vacancy rate of 34%, 707 staff vacancies. That's according to the HSE census, which was carried out almost a year ago, or certainly 9-10 months ago. I believe from talking to people that the figures are actually worse than that at this stage. So yesterday, the Minister announced 8.5 million euros to improve children's services, including the recruitment of additional therapy positions, increasing third-level places and support for specialist disability services. I mean, that's welcome, but I don't think it's near sufficient. I think you're underestimating the problems that exist within the Children's Disability Network teams. The implementation of progressive disability services has been a failure. You've almost 10,000 children with disabilities waiting over 12 months for initial contact with a specialist team. And there were 5,484 overdue applications for the assessment of need process in the first quarter of this year. It's a priority area for Sinn Féin. It should have been so for the government. I think yesterday's announcement says otherwise. And I mean, you have said before, money is not necessarily the whole problem, and obviously money is needed and investment is needed, but there are a lot of issues from what I'm hearing around the teams, around governments and around management, and until they're dealt with, I don't think the recruitment into those teams is going to succeed.